Jeff's friends were a reminder to Jeff of the fragility of life and the importance of sticking to one's dreams. That is, of course, after Jeff powers up. I'll have to write in some BS line about, I don't know, cloud power machine or magical beans, maybe.
I don't like this dream as much anymore.
No. You'll be right there.
I'll be dead and mangled.
No, I see. I already have the cover art planned out. It'll be me standing on a pile of skulls, and yours will be on top.
That's not the way my stand works anyway.
Wow.
You have to be heroic.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, you're like the star, and he's the director, but he only pays attention to you if you do cool stuff and like good stuff.
If I could put forth a theory about that, do you think maybe it's because you've convinced yourself that you're the hero, and so you think that's how it works?
Nia pauses and like sort of wobbles back and forth. I'm the hero because I want to be.
This will be fun. Might even have a psychological break. That'll be good in a kid's book.
Kid's book wouldn't have skulls on the cover, Jeff. That teach me how to fly.
Yes, right. It's important to take this time to begin to train our abilities so that we can know what we can and can't do. A word of warning, however. The nature of stands is very personal. Learning how to use a stand in a particular way may be particular to that person. There may be things that you just can't do, but there may be other things that you find you can do with that stand. It's all about the person, really. For example, I bet Nia couldn't do this. There's like a punching bag. Jeff demonstrates by hitting it very hard and loud. Nia, your stand records that hit, and then he goes in for a hit again, playing back that qualia right after his hit, and your stand records that, except it's like pop, 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 and then he goes for a third hit, and it plays pop, 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 and he keeps punching it over and over, adding one more, until it's like just an endless echo of attacks on this punching bag that detonate it.
What? You already know how to use my effects?
I do more than that. The way I figured it, there had to be some sort of feedback loop. And I was right. It absolutely worked. You've really been holding back while using a stand like this. I can tell. Don't
Nia
worry.
looks away like suspiciously.
I'll get mileage out of it. Nia, when that explosion happened, it was super violent. You can just tell from the technique, because you're familiar with your stand, it takes a way more violent person to get that sort of ability out of your stand or that application than you are, like, as a person. So it's like watching somebody, take your favorite stuffed animal and then use it to kill another person. You never considered that application, but maybe it's not that bad for it. Old Stuffy the bear.
Nia pouts about it, but she understands that Jeff is a more violent person in general.
Think about it like that, people. Try to get the most out of your stands. You may even find that Nia, for example, can do something with Mr. Blue Sky that I don't normally do, and thus would never think of. I can only imagine what that would be, but I'm sure I won't like it at all.
Disappear people into some sort of really pretty spot so they can be in timeout. Think about what they did.
My God.
Yes.
I like that.
That's good, Nia. Put them in timeout.
I do want to put them in timeout.
Yeah, you do. Just go ahead. Put them right in the dark place. Just put them right in there.
Oh, that sounds scary.
No, just put them right in. Just go ahead.
You should probably figure out how to phase shift it all.
Well, you can't.
I can't? I can feel the, different levels.
Yes, you can feel it, but you can't phase shift yourself. I mean, that would be impossible.
Why not?
Well, because it just wouldn't work.
But I want to go hug your other stand.
Let's not talk about that.
Okay. Will he attack me?
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, he would! Oh, that's dangerous.
For the rest of you, take this moment. Train up. We got quite a few days here to go. I think you'll find that cooperation is key, and having a good partner means trusting your friend next to you, even if they are a very strange teenager.
Well, I'll do my best, Jeff.
I'm sure you will.
I can only deal with a strange person too.
Are you talking smack on me right now?
Maybe.
You see him actually stare at you. His eyes start to darken a little.
Are you going to disappear me?
Can't do it. Can't do it. With that, Jeff will be training in the gym. In the gym, the little arena, there are weights. There are training dummies. Target. It's a pretty good setup actually. This looks like it's probably a place where the ELO actually comes to train their stands, because not only is the equipment expensive, but there's a lot of heavy duty like armor plates and stuff, some of which are actually still dented. Kev rubs his hand over one of the dents. Yep. That was a good one. That was a really good one. He points at Jim. All right. Well, you don't know how to do drift, so it's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I don't.
But you still have your fancy sword.
True, he draws it out.
That's a really fancy sword. Hey, Jim, where'd you get that sword, actually?
I made it with my stand.
Looks oddly familiar. Doesn't matter. It's possible to use weapons, of course, with Knight Rider. In fact, I do it all the time. I just don't do swords. So I'll have to figure that out on your own, pal. I don't know how much I can help you. Are you any good with a rifle?
Decent.
Decent is good enough. With Knight Rider, you will be a crack shot. You won't miss.
You got anything bigger than a rifle?
Kev actually pauses. What do you mean?
Well, when I was in Seven Nation Army, I was sort of I guess you'd call it the big guy with the big gun.
Are you asking if I have access to heavy caliber, possibly
I guess so.
highly restricted firearms?
Yeah.
And you want to fire them?
I mean, if I'm going to use your stand, I might as well.
This is maybe the best thing I've heard in weeks. Yeah, this is really great. Yeah, I'm overwhelmed, actually. Jim, I'm going to get you the biggest gun I possibly can.
Cool. Preferably something that shoots a lot or just explodes.
I feel like a kid in a candy shop. Exploding rounds, flechettes, bolo rounds, armor-piercing spirals, glassonade rounds. Those are really good.
It's going to have to be big, right, if we're going to beat up these aliens.
You're right. I may even be able to get weapons that are technically not supposed to be used against people, which I love. I love it so much. This is going to be something else. Jim, we're going to have a lot of fun. I know it. I just know it. But we're not going to be able to probably do target practice in here. In the meantime, so your stand just makes armor and weapons.
Right.
Like, how thick is the armor?
Depends on the material you make it out of.
Okay, let's try it out. You actually see him call out your stand and then gather from the dented armor plates, target practice armor plates. He starts making armor, but he doesn't stop once he's made a full set of armor. He just keeps going, just building and building and building and building and building and building and building. While that's happening, Marisol and Lewis have their own thing that they can do. Lewis is mostly trying to make just clones of anything he can find and then shatter them to recall, which he can't seem to get a grasp on.
Hey, maybe you don't... Like, they look like butterflies when I do it. Maybe you have to picture something else?
What do you mean?
To disperse this, she kicks at the loose glass all over the floor. Make this go away.
He kind of narrows his eyes and tries to concentrate. Butterflies?
I mean, that's what works for me. Picture, like, looseness, like lightness, you know? Like, I don't know. Just make it flow away. Flicker, even. But it might be different for you.
The pieces actually do disperse, but they don't turn into butterflies. They turn into locusts.
Oh.
And they aren't just dispersing. They're kind of angrily buzzing. Oh, that's not super cute.
Oh, this is really cool. Try to control them.
He does. They kind of swarm around him. I don't think I like this, actually.
No, this is cool.
I'm really not a fan.
She's like skipping around him with this swarm buzzing around him, still holding like the freaking tangled up little robot. She's too chicken to like make anything yet. This is so cool. Yeah, so try doing something with them. Make them land on someone. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. He like tries to control one individual locust and then flies it towards Kev. So you see this, Jim. A sharp piece of glass just flies and plants in the Kev's head.
Oh.
And blood starts to trickle down.
Oh, shit.
Dude, you okay?
What do you mean?
You got a piece of glass in your head.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
He sort of points at the blood.
Kev kind of like dabs his finger in the blood. What? He sniffs it. It's blood.
Yeah, it's your blood.
You sure? Are you bleeding? Did you bleed on me? I'm not hurt.
Man, you need to drink less coffee.
Why don't you tell me? He reaches into his hair and pulls out the piece of glass. I wonder where that came from. Flicks it away. Just doesn't even care that he's bleeding. All right, so and he starts adding more armor to his armored suit, which is already twice as big as your normal suit. He's just working on it. Only his head is sticking out.
Marisol turns around and looks at Lewis. Oh, that guy's got really thick skin, I guess. Hey, that's really cool that you just like isolated that one out of that swarm. Imagine what you could do just like launching that whole swarm at something.
I don't think I want to think about that.
Well, you still have to figure out how to make them go away.
Yeah, because they're not. And there's a lot of them. Like all those glass shards that he made earlier from that door are now locusts. And they're all kind of like buzzing around.
Marisol's just still like super like hyped about this. This is so cool. I can't do this.
It seems really dangerous.
Yeah, but you're controlling them.
Kind of, not really.
Oh man, when you clone somebody that is actually able to move around, you definitely have to seize control of them because I haven't really tried it out, left them to their own devices, but I guess this is number one, controlling these guys first before, clone.
All right, I'll try. That's what he does. He tries to focus on controlling them. In the meantime, you probably want to, I don't know, find a simple machine. It'll cost you, but not much.
Okay, she's looking around the room for any machine at all.
There's like
a treadmill or something. She's gonna be intimidated. It's a little too big.
Maybe like a stopwatch, like a small machine, like a very small electronic device or something. Could even be your Moby.
Marisol's gonna. You said there was a stopwatch somewhere.
Yeah.
She's gonna like snatch that up and stare at it, and then look up at Lewis. Hey, this looks like it's not gonna flop off too much. What do I do?
You just hit it with the stand.
Oh, okay. She tries to focus on living thing coming out.
Yeah, it's a big inflatable arm attached to a humanoid. Looks like a humanoid robot made out of balloons. You're just gonna punch the stopwatch.
Yeah, because she's seen him do that before.
What's a weird way do you think that Lewis's ability to animate machines, what's a weird way you feel it could manifest?
Because she has Ripple, she just assumes that there's some sort of like life force that like goes into that, like it's activated even, or maybe it's always innately there and it's just turned on. Like everything has like some sort of consciousness thing and it's just like held there sleeping. That's what she pictures.
On the face of the stopwatch, instead of numbers now, you see two lines that are like eyes and then a mouth that opens and you can hear the stopwatch go, it just kind of smiles at you.
She holds it up to her face closer. Oh, hey, is it alive now?
Yeah, it's like you can hear it go meep meep, but it doesn't have like a voice chip, so it only makes like beep sounds and has a simple like LCD face that is just looking at you and smiling.
Oh, this is cool. Okay, well, it looks like there's gonna be a brand line of Marisol bots. She looks at her body to see if anything's missing.
Nothing's missing.
She looks at Lewis. Shouldn't I be missing, like, I don't know, a pinky digit or something for this?
No, not for something that small. It's probably just took a piece you didn't even notice, like a piece of your stomach lining or some fat.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the reason why I'm in such good shape, even though I barely exercise and eat chips all day.
She's running around the gym looking for other, like, machines. Small machine, like anything to clone next. So that's what she's doing.
And then Jeff is showing off that feedback ability that he did, as well as trying to give Nia tips on how to fly. You just have to really empty your mind, not think of anything, like at all.
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Well, we could try it on the roof.
Oh, okay.
Like you jump off and then you're forced to clear your mind. And if you don't, you hit the ground. Okay, that's really great. I'm glad you agree with this plan. I'm just saying this to mess with you, right?
Oh, no, but I mean, I've done worse.
Oh, my goodness. How are you still alive?
Because my camera's really cool.
Yes, that must be it. Your stand must be more powerful than you realize. Otherwise, I think you'd be dead by now.
Oh, probably.
Certainly can't be because you're actually a superhero. He stares at her for a moment.